And I got up to like $20.
No, you got up to like $60.
Was it? Okay.
It was like $60 or $70.
And so Ian was like,
cash out
now. And I'm like, what am I cashing out? I came here with nothing. I came here with like $20.
This is why we have money now, is because of that same thing, right? And this is the reason we have money saved.
Yeah, but you and your mind are not the same.
Correct.
And your mind's job is to keep you alive.
Correct.
Right. But you control you, but see, I always thought
doing this.
But that was the right rocket to be on, though, because Jeff Bezos' fiance was on there. Now, if I were going to actually go up, like, that's the rocket I'm going on. Other than that, I probably wouldn't want to go up. But if rules, who said that? Who?
Well, I don't. You know, black people are all the time about the pastor's wife.
I know, but I'm just saying this is the way we live life. People tell us things, and then we take it. A pastor's wife is supposed to. Who said what a pastor's wife is supposed to do, and who she's supposed to be, and what she should look like, and how she should dress? That's why they gave Megan Good such a hard time.
Why?
Because
if it's crazy,
all right, go now.
Wait. Get in there! Oh my God! Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day. Good God!
I love the Family Mess. Oh.
Welcome to the Family Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ian, and this is my wife and co-host, Nathalie. The Family Mess, the podcast about life with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk. Nathalie, just heard me get this recording done and go to bed.
What do you mean? Hurry up. If you're going to talk, you got to, you give your all.
We're back, everybody. We're back on, I don't know what episode we're on, but we're ready.
Well, we got to give context to today. April, what's today? 14th?
Today's April 14th.
April 14th. What's 2025.
April 14th, 2025. Nathalie and I are back to give you guys another entertaining podcast. But today's a little different. I wanted to talk about something different that I saw in the news this morning.
What did you see on the news?
Well, the Blue Horizon rocket went up to space. That's Jeff Bezos' company, Blue Horizon Rocket Company.
Yeah, I hadn't really heard much. Well, I don't watch a lot of stuff that has advertisements. So I hadn't really heard about the plans until I saw it, I think yesterday, that, Gayle King and Katy Perry were going to space.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man.
Or what did you say? They just cracked the boundary barrier?
They had a name for it in the article, but pretty much they made a huge deal about this. But like you said, I guess it is a huge deal.
It is.
Because the perspective.
Because they're not astronauts. They're not trained people.
You know what? I didn't think about that till you said that. They're just regular people going up in a rocket up into the edge of space.
Right. That's not an everyday occurrence. Well, it soon may be, but not right now. This is all new.
But the whole point is I'm watching the rocket because they film everything, live, everything. And the people on the rocket this morning were Jeff Bezos' wife. What's her name? Her name is
his fiance,
Lauren Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a rocket scientist. Her name was Aisha Bowie. Some research scientist named Amanda Nugent, and of Gayle King and Katy Perry, the other two on the rocket. So, all-woman crew was heading into space.
Well, I had to look that up because I'm like, crew, this rocket doesn't have...
there's no pilot.
There's no pilot. It's all the computer
can you imagine
operated.
Listen.
So I was like, how are they calling it a crew? But then I
ain't no crew.
They're like really technically they're passengers.
They're passengers,
but they call them crew because they're in the rocket.
It's all semantics, man. It's all semantics, man. Because I'm looking at
I just thought that was interesting.
Nobody knows how to do nothing. I don't think they have any controls in this capsule.
Well, they do some kind of training, but they don't. I think I don't know if there's any controls in there, but I know
I don't think there's no controls.
I just know it's all.
I think there's seats with seat belts for you to sit, and you're literally like a passenger in a boat or whatever. I can't imagine doing this.
But that was the right rocket to be on, though, because Jeff Bezos' fiance was on there. Now, if I were going to actually go up, like that's the rocket I'm going on. Other than that, I probably wouldn't want to go up. But if you're like, oh, well, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend or fiance is going up, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm going up. And let me see. Wait, are they getting along? Are they good? Because either one, he trying to murder her, or two, he gonna make sure everything is all legit.
It's the best way to murder him. If that rocket blows up, no one's gonna say nothing because they all signed some type of waiver.
That is a little sad,
but whatever.
But I'm just saying. But that would be my thought. Like, hey, if she's going, I'm going. As long as they still good, like they in a good relationship, I'm going too.
Well, I was watching this morning, so as it's coming down, you're watching this, and this lady announcing and just telling you all the details because she has been in this space before, so she's describing it to everybody. And as this rocket is coming down, this thing, they have cameras on it the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
The entire time the camera's watching it. Because they're really cameras, the people are watching because they really want something bad to happen. They're not saying that.
Oh, God.
But that's why
I would not want to watch it.
That's why they film everything in case something bad happens.
Well,
they
true.
have it on.
Yeah. That is true. It's just like the recorders and airplanes and
everything.
stuff.
They always film something in case something bad happens. They say they don't, but so it's coming down and they leave the recording on in the vessel so you can hear the women screaming and talking as they're in space.
It's probably what was it? Wait. When you mean when they get up there or when they're coming down?
Both.
What are you talking about?
They leave the recording on, the microphone on the entire time so you can hear the women talking and their expression and everything.
See, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah. So it's on there. So when they're going to space, they're screaming when they're going up there, and I'm like, what the hell?
It's like on a roller coaster.
Yeah, and they're screaming, and they're up there for like 5 minutes floating around.
I mean, but you're going up in a rocket, so you're being propelled.
Hell yeah,
you know how much force is pushing that thing up?
Well, that's what I was wondering. They have to go to some type of training because there's a lot of G forces in a rocket.
Yeah,
they
do.
Up.
No, they do. They did have some training.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're not used to that,
but it's not like years of training like what a astronaut.
Yeah,
would do.
yeah.
That's the only difference.
Yeah,
but they do get some training.
Because I know they're feeling all these forces. So as the rocket comes down, I'm like, how the hell did they get Gayle King?
It's a little capsule. Oh no. So I did see a video of her before. Like she was she wasn't even trying to hide. Like Gayle's like 70 years old, so she she's older. And so she was not even trying to hide her fear.
You can't fake this, Gayle. You
no,
cannot fake this
I saw
fear.
a meme. They made a meme, and someone said, "Yeah, this is what I feel like on Mondays." The look on her face was just like horrified.
If you're a black person, you ain't going on that rocket. Listen, I said
Gayle went, so that you can't say that no more. Gayle went,
and that's what. Well, the funny thing is, when it came back down, they had the people coming off and. Most of the people were putting their hands up because they're happy to be on the rocket.
Like they're like exclaiming,
excited,
"Yes,
yeah.
yes, I did it."
This one lady, the Asian lady, cried. The black lady, rocket engineer, she put her hands up and she's like, "Yes, I made it." When they got the Katy Perry had like I don't know if it was a cross or something in her hand. She puts it up in the air and just looks at it like, "Yes, this has helped me make it." She comes down to the ground and kisses the desert sand, just kisses it. Oh, I'm done. And then Gayle comes out, and of course, Gayle's like, hey.
She puts one hand up.
She comes down, and she's like, she goes to the ground, she takes the dirt up, and she's like, the ground. She kisses the dirt and is like, oh, thank you, Jesus. That woman, I have never seen somebody so happy and scared at the same time, like to be back on earth. Everybody
else was kind of cool, but she really she showed her.
She was scared.
Like
to
you
death.
knew she was scared.
Like she was scared, but that's the whole.
But you know what?
What?
She did it. And that's why Oprah said, they asked Oprah something, but Gayle went because she didn't want to have to say that she wished she had.
Yeah.
And that's why she did. And that's part of that fear and not letting the fear overtake you to not do something that you want to do and you want to try.
And she was extremely fearful. That for her was probably terrifying to go on that rocket.
But she did not. But that's part, that's what we're talking about today, right? Yeah. Fear. Right, getting over what is the actual topic? The headline it was like overcoming fear or something like that.
Oh,
right?
I'll find the name eventually.
So Gayle, she was afraid. Like this is like a major thing. Like this is like for me like equivalent of
I saw her face. Hell no.
skydiving. Skydiving. Like this is the equivalent.
Do you want to do skydiving?
I want to do it only because I'm afraid of it. Definitely afraid of it.
Your cousins did it though.
Yeah, I was mad they went and I didn't get to go. I didn't know they were going, or else I would have went.
You purposely would have.
Yes, because that was around my birthday time. They have birthdays the same time.
Just thinking about it gets my stomach doo doo.
But that's the thing is the whole point is what you can't like if you're deathly afraid of something, you have to do that thing because like I may or may not do it only because before I said I wasn't going to do it because I have kids and stuff like that. But
see, you're thinking about it too.
But I don't know. But it's like I'm trying to, but I don't want to live in fear. Like I have to always overcome my fears. Like I have to do whatever it is that I'm afraid of. Like we went to the Grand Canyon and they have that walkout.
The Sky Bridge.
Yeah, Sky Bridge. I don't like heights.
Yeah, we did.
I don't like heights. When I drive on the like a bridge, I drive if there's an inside lane, there's an inner lane. I'm in the inner lane because I don't want to be on the outside because I'm afraid like what if something happens and I end up crashing through. And then I'm always thinking like, okay, if my car goes flying off this bridge, okay, am I going to have have time to get my seatbelt out? How am I going to get out of the car? Because I am paranoid of the height. Like, I don't like the height.
Oh, Nathalie does not like heights. When we drive over a bridge, she wants me to drive in the inside lane. I was like, if we get in an accident, we crash and go over the inside in the middle of the bridge.
I want to crash into the wall. I don't want to crash and then go into the water.
We'd still live if we crashed off the bridge in the water. We'd live.
God willing, knock on wood. I don't want to talk about that. But that ain't happening. But I don't like heights. But I do have to always overcome, because this guy said once, and I know it's a very common phrase, but fear is false evidence appearing real. Yeah. Right. Oh. And it is, because you have like people, we have a friend, she's afraid of birds, right? Oh, I hope she's listening. Love you, friend, but you're afraid of birds. It's like, because most people aren't, right?
I hope she's listening.
But the thing is, it's like, how many people are not afraid of birds? But how many people are afraid of birds, right? So that's the false evidence appearing real. Because if they were that bad, good grief, Ian. If it were that bad, everybody. But it's for that person though. That's a real fear.
Hey man,
it's
listen,
real.
Birds ain't no thing. Birds ain't playing around, man. You see how birds be attacking people sometimes when they're walking.
Well, I seen the Birds movie, but see that's the whole thing though. Like we have these fears, but they're not real. But we make them real in our heads because we say that this is what's going to happen if XYZ happens.
But isn't it like what you said? You tell yourself a story. That's what the fear is.
It's all a story. You're telling yourself what you think is going to happen without actually letting whatever happen.
And it doesn't. And like you said, it never rarely happens. What you think, the fear itself. You just have a fear.
Right. It's because it's false evidence.
The fear of public speaking is like one of the top fears people have.
Oh man, I think I talked about this one time.
No,
I had a lady that I worked with.
Yeah.
For years.
I think I remember this story.
And every month, we had a team meeting. And every month, someone new was assigned to the team meeting. And she worked there for years. Mm-hmm. And I don't think she ever once did the meeting. She would either call in sick, or she would change with somebody else for their date. But I don't think she ever did the meeting.
Nope.
But for her,
it was petrifying.
Right. It was crippling.
Man,
like the thought of having to talk in front of people and the judgment and it's the story. We all tell ourselves.
So it's just the story you tell. What's the worst that could happen? Is nothing up there. You just don't do it and deliver.
Well, the worst that could happen is everybody laugh at you, or maybe a bodily sound comes out, or it's just. But I mean, anything. That's the whole point, though. Is in your head. Oh. In your head, you have this this thing that's telling you can't do it. Yeah. But I can't. I have to always push past that. Right. Yeah. Like I don't like to fly. Man, at one point I was flying like more than. Like I was driving places, I was flying places.
Yeah,
and I don't like airplanes.
Listen, I've been flying too. I don't like airplanes.
I don't like them things.
I don't like them things. They should not actually fly.
It's a tube in the sky.
It's made of aluminum. It has jets bolted onto it, and the damn thing moves at 500 miles an hour. If you actually think about it, you go crazy when you're in a plane. 500 miles an hour in a plane. If anything happens, you're going to die. But you can't think about that. You just go up there and fly.
Well, you just got to do it. Because
and trust.
If you don't, what do you miss?
Yeah, a lot.
You've missed, you can't see the world.
No.
I mean, yes, maybe on a boat, but that's going to take you way longer, a lot more money. So it's like if you don't go out and experience what your fears are, or even like if you're afraid of snakes, touch the snake. You ain't got to hold the snake.
What kind of snake?
But I don't know.
Any kind of snake?
Depends on what your fear is. If you're afraid, you just got to because it's not what it's the worst that you think is 97. I think there's some statistic. 97% of the time, the worst thing that you think can happen is not what's going to even happen. It doesn't happen. Most of the things that you're afraid of, and if you ever actually do it, it doesn't happen. Like we have a friend. She's afraid. She doesn't like to go do things by herself.
Yeah. I hope you're listening to.
And she went. No, but she went, and I think she went to the airport. Had to do something.
Oh, she told us about this. She was happy.
But she thought for the longest that she couldn't do it. She was like, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that." And I'm like, "Yes, you can. Why can't?" And then you know what? She did, and she was so happy and proud of herself. Right?
She was like the best thing that's ever happened to her that she did it by herself.
Right. Because. But the thing is that false, that there's something in her head that was telling her she can't do it. But you can't listen to that voice. But your body, your mind, this is like the big, I think we talked about this before too, but your mind, the biggest thing, the revelation that I had that I heard on a podcast, I think it was We Can Do Hard Things podcast, was We Can Do Hard Things. Glennon Doyle said, she said, your mind, you and your mind are not the same.
Correct.
And your mind's job is to keep you alive.
Correct.
Right. But you control you, but see, I always thought that your mind told you what to do, and what your mind told you was the right thing to do. But because your mind's job is to keep you safe, your mind has its own ulterior motives when it tells you things.
Yeah.
So when your mind tells you, oh, we can't do that.
Don't go there.
Yeah, we can't
do that.
Yeah, don't do that. It's your mind's keeping you safe. You have to tell your mind, I can do this and I will do this, and you move on.
So you purposely have to be aware of this when it's taking place.
You and your mind are not the same.
That's weird. So
Yeah.
we're the same, but we're not the same.
Right. And until when she said that, I was like,
so
I've been able to grow so much as a person because of that.
We're the same, but we're not the same.
Your mind is there to keep you safe and keep you alive.
That's it.
That's your brain and your mind.
That's the physical role of the brain.
Right. But you,
our real us.
You is not your brain.
Oh, you mean
because if I say I can, okay, if my mind says we can't cross that bridge, we might fall in. But if I say I will cross that bridge and I can cross that bridge and I cross the bridge, so the mind is not true.
Interesting.
Right. So that's why the mind, you and your mind are two different things.
I've never had anybody say that before. You and your mind, even though the mind resides in us, it's not necessarily always for us.
Right. It's there to keep you safe. It's there to keep you alive.
That's the weirdest thing.
It's not there.
So what is
your mind is not there.
So what is it there for?
Propel you.
So it's not there.
It's there to keep you safe. Because back in the day, we had to hunt and gather.
So okay. I'm glad you said it. So back in the day when if you believe in genetics and evolution, so we have evolved. So when we first were humans and back when the first of our kind, we would run from animals, and that's what you're saying.
That's the fear.
So the mind has never really evolved from that.
Right. And here's another amazing thing, right? I heard this the other day. So it's like, okay, people always said for years, nobody can run a 4-minute mile.
That's true.
Right? We've said, everybody in their mind said, we can't run a 4, because people would run and they couldn't do it. As soon as one person
then everybody breaks it.
Broke the 4-minute mile.
Correct.
Then people began to break the 4-minute mile all the time.
Yep.
Because there's something, once somebody else does it, your mind, you can now say, I can do it.
That's the weirdest
Right?
thing.
But your mind, it's like when you're running, what happened to me was I ran a 5K. I was running a 5K. And I was like, I'm not going to stop.
I remember this.
I said, I have to not stop. Right.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, but and like, there's like, I listen to podcasts sometimes when I run, and the guy's like, you can, you will, you must, and all these little, but I was like, but once I knew in my mind, like my mind was like, Natalie, you got to stop. We tired. We tired. And I was like, no, I will, I can, I must, I'm going to run this thing. I'm not going to stop. And I ran the whole race. But now
you didn't stop. You didn't stop once.
No, but because I told myself that I would.
Oh, so
my mind kept telling me, "I'm tired. We're tired, Natalie. You got to stop. I don't want to do this anymore." But I said no. I'm going to keep going.
So your mind is strictly there to just try to tell you to protect yourself, and that's it. It doesn't care what you're really doing.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's always going to tell you to be safe.
That's weird.
That's why you can't listen to it.
So our minds have never really evolved from our Stone Age, whatever there was back in the day.
That's why we're prone to negativity too.
So we're still the same people we were 200,000-300,000 years ago, essentially.
Yes, but that's why you have to become more aware of who you are.
I never thought about that till you said that. That's kind of
and that's why I try not to be afraid anymore. Like I'm not afraid to have conversations. I may avoid them a little bit, but eventually I will.
Yeah.
Like I have a conversation now. I have with a friend.
I can't wait.
But I'm not afraid. Like I don't have that. I try not to have fear anymore. I'm trying not to be afraid to do things, because if you're missing out on something. Like you're missing out on this experience. You're missing out on expanding yourself as a person when you let fear run your life. Because once you do something that you were afraid of, I'm like, shoot, I did it. Like we went to that thing. What was that thing in New York? The building where you can look. There's a building that's way high, and you can look down into the street.
You can look straight. It's like a see-through glass, and you can look straight down to the street. And you can walk on top of it.
Yeah, and it's like in the edge of it's like a walkout on the building.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, how does thing like staying up? Like all these people were there so we were there at
full.
sunset.
And it was full too.
And I was like, oh hell, I was scared. I was scared.
And Natalie would not walk on this glass. I'm like, I'm gonna walk on it because if I'm gonna die.
It wasn't even this being out there with all those people. And then when the sun's setting, everyone goes to one corner. I'm like, oh my God, what if this thing like this tips over?
This is what Natalie thinks about. I said, Natalie, are you serious? This building is hundreds of feet in the air, and you're worried about it tipping over with all these
people, because
50, 60 people
in one corner.
Really, Natalie?
Oh my
God.
Yes,
I just looked
but
at
that's
her.
my fear.
I walked away. I was like, I'm not talking to you. This is ridiculous.
But that's the whole point, though. I have the fear, but I was out there.
Yeah.
And before I left, even though I didn't want to, before I left, I walked on that. I stood on. I was petrified, but I stood on that glass and I looked down into the street, and then I was like, okay, I got to go. But I did it. Even if it didn't have to last long.
You always surprise me. I have to admit, when you were younger, you were more fearful, but I've seen you if there's something bothering you and you're fearful, you're like, I'm going to do this. And you just do it.
You have to.
You just, like even studying for your test and all this stuff, you just do it. I'm going to make a plan and stick to it. Like, you've changed, man. You've grown the last couple, even I've seen like growth. Like you're not letting fear stop you from doing anything. That's why I know your company is going to be successful and you're going to be a millionaire and I can retire early.
Well, hopefully so. I hope for that too. But yeah, I just realized you can't. Because just like even when I started my business, right? Everyone was like, well, you should do it now, then. I was like, I don't know about that. Mm-hmm. But then I realized I have never taken risks.
Yes.
If you don't risk, there's no reward.
Correct.
Right? Just like Ian.
Oh, here.
Ian is like the non.
Here we go.
I'm thinking about when Ian and I got married. 20 what was that? 20. Yeah. Oh God, what was it? 21 years ago. Yeah. We went on our honeymoon and we.
What?
You were
what did I do now? Honeymoon.
It's not even like a fear. Well, it is a fear because you have a fear about scarcity and money.
Yes.
So I go to the slot machine.
Oh,
and
God.
I put in.
I start with, talk about this.
I start with 25. It's a quarter slot machine.
How much money did you win?
And it made me think about when I said no risk, no reward. It made me think about it. I started with 25 cents.
25 cents. I remember
and I got up to like $20.
No, you got up to like $60.
Was it? Okay.
It was like $60 or $70.
And so Ian was like, cash out
now.
And I'm like, what am I cashing out? I came here with nothing. I came here with like $20.
This is why we have money now, is because of that same thing, right? And this is the reason we have money saved.
Yeah, but you were afraid.
I was afraid.
But it was quarters. I'm like, look, we
never had that money.
But we had a set amount to spend. Like I think it was like $30. I'm not a big gambler.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
It was like $30.
Yeah,
so if $30 goes, I'm good. I walk out.
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
So I had my little 20. I'm in a 25-cent machine. I started with 25 cents, and I'm like, if I'm what was it, 50, whatever, 50, 60 bucks I got to, and I'm like, if it all goes away, I'm okay.
I did not want the house to win our money. Okay, we won. Like, Natalie, this cash. I don't want these bitches to take our money, man.
He stood there bitching and moaning.
Come on, get off the machine, man.
Why am I not cashing out?
Get off the machine.
And I'm like, I don't have nothing. I'm not afraid of losing the money because I came with nothing.
That's the thing with Natalie. Natalie is very aggressive gambler. Or
I'm not a gambler. I'm
not a gambler, but on the stock market, when we were talking to our money guy.
Oh, even our investing. Oh, Natalie put it in the most volatile
Natalie
stuff.
is the most volatile. Put it in the
How
most
you gonna
aggressive
make money?
Fun. And I'm like, I'm not that aggressive. I'm more conservative. Now as I've gotten older, I'm still not super aggressive, but I have gotten more.
No risk, no reward.
I do admit, because I've seen things happen, I've gotten more risky as I've gotten older.
False evidence appearing real.
Because it's true. You can't get success or gains unless you take a risk. You have to take
right. You have to go. You have to do things that you're afraid of.
And sometimes it's bigger risk, and sometimes you lose, but a lot of times you win big.
Yeah, just like people are afraid to change jobs. Your job sucks.
Not me.
Well, right, but see, because you've changed jobs, you've had a whole exponential amount of pay increases. Right, a lot of pay increases because you've changed jobs. Other people, they're afraid because they don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But if you don't take that step, how would you know?
Yeah, that's true. Most people won't change jobs because they're scared of the unknown. I'm like, how can you be scared if nothing's happened yet? You just go out and then
I always tell people, what's the worst? The worst thing is you die from doing it. Is it going to kill you 99% of the time? No. So why not try? Why not take the risk? Why not have the experience instead of sitting there and having to wonder.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
I don't want to live in the wonder. I want to live in the no. Like I tried, I failed,
Yep.
I move on.
Facts.
Right. But I'm not going to let my brain, like, I mean, that was like profound for me. That was like a major day for me in my life.
I never thought about that till you said that,
I realized
though.
about my brain.
The brain is in us, but it's not really for us. It's just there to kind of its role. It literally is just to try to protect the body because it thinks that's what it's supposed to do, and then that's it.
Right. That's what its job is, to keep you. If you're gonna fall, it's gonna try to tell you to stop.
And
right. If you walk in too close to the edge of the pool, it's gonna tell you to stop because you don't want to fall in. That's your job. That's your brain's job. That's what it does unconsciously. It doesn't take any thought for your brain to typically protect you.
Well, that's what we're trying.
It tells you a thought. But,
well, that's what we're trying to teach Noah right now, not to listen to his brain and to overcome that.
Oh yeah, because you're stifled.
Yeah, because for him, that's a huge thing for him is his brain.
Yeah,
He's doing a lot of the crap.
If you're
Slow
afraid,
him down, man.
Yeah, if you're afraid, you miss out on so many things, experiences, fun. I mean, even I haven't done it yet though. There's a fear, like the front of a roller coaster. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, Natalie,
I haven't done it yet.
I'll do that with you. That's amazing. It's scary,
My
but
stomach,
you've never ever been on the front of a roller coaster?
No.
Oh, it feels
I
like
just thought about that as we were talking. That's a fear that I have not done.
Actually, going on the front is better than going like in the back or the middle.
How?
Because you see it coming.
I don't want to see it come. Oh my God, no! That's why I don't want to be in the front. Oh Jesus!
Yes.
I don't know what I would do.
It feels like
I don't know what I would do.
It feels like you're flying. It is the best experience being on the front. It's amazing.
I hate roller coasters. I just go on them because I don't want to be afraid.
I talk about all this crap now, but I'm done riding roller coasters. I'm not doing that crap no more. Hell
Ian's
no.
in coaster retirement.
No, man, I'm not riding no more roller coasters, man. I just let the kids watch. I'm too old for that crap. Hell no, I'm not watching that crap more. You should go on the front. That's a fear. Go to Busch Gardens.
I hadn't thought about that fear. I didn't even realize that, but I do have that fear of going in the front.
Don't go to one of the big flags like up in Ohio somewhere.
Oh, no, bro. I need to do like Batman or something. That one doesn't have like the big drops.
Oh, my God.
I need something without the big drops.
Like the one that we went to during COVID in Texas, the Six Flags.
Oh, the big one that you guys went on? Oh, I don't know what that was, man. Me and Samuel both said, we stand right here on the ground. That was too big. I knew my limitations.
Me and Tristan were cursing our asses off.
Man, I knew my limitations.
Even Tara looked at me with her eye and go, I was like, I said, I don't know what fainting is like, but I think I did it on that ride.
No.
But yeah, you can't let fear stop you from really doing anything. I think that's the number one thing in our culture, and that's why social media exists. Fear drives people to do things. Our whole society is driven by fear.
Oh yeah,
everything. That's what everything. Laws are driven by fear. Oh, they're going to come steal our jobs. Do you want that to happen?
That's true.
See?
Yeah.
Fear. It's fear they use to make you think something's going to happen.
False
it hasn't.
Evidence appearing real.
And it hasn't happened yet. So all these fears is what drives a lot of people to do stuff. Fear, man, it's crazy. People.
Yes, fear is crippling, and fear hinders progress.
And you can't be free if you're living in fear. You're not free. Look at religion. Religion is the biggest fear monger that's being used on people.
Man, I hate to say it, but most people I know who are church people, they're the most fearful people I know.
Listen, man, if you ask any religious person their fear of dying, they're going to say, no, they're lying. Yes, your fear of... They're all scared of dying. All of them.
Because they don't want to go to hell.
I don't want to go to hell. Give me a break. Really?
Well,
but then you ask them, do you know where you're going? Yes, I do. But they really don't. When you start asking them, they really don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows where they're going.
You hope that you're going somewhere good.
Oh, if I act good, I'm going to heaven. You don't know that. Because no one's ever come back to tell you what it's like.
You don't know.
No one. So
you
I'm like, so most people, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's not facts. But I really think the majority of churchgoers... Majority, not minority, go to church because they want to go to heaven. That's it. They don't go to church because they they don't go to church because they really want to experience God. They go to church because they don't want to go to hell. That's it. That's why they go.
That's that fear.
That's why they do the fake worship in the hands. Oh, God, look at me in my days. Please don't forget me. And God's not even listening to you. Get out of here. But I'm dead serious. I think that's why most people go. Most people, I don't think, will never experience God for how great God is, like really experience God. They experience fear their whole entire life. Imagine living in fear of what you might do or where you might end up. You're not sure. So your whole life, you don't try things. You don't meet new people because maybe religion says, hey, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So you hold back.
Stifled.
You stifle yourself. And it's not until you get really old in life where you don't care anymore. And you're like, I don't care anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do. But your entire life is fear. I don't want to do this. And fear and guilt. It's the guilt that drives people not to do things. Well, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm like, man, whatever. I told this one guy, I'm like, I don't care about nothing no more. I don't care. I just care about doing something new, experiencing things.
As long as you're not hurting other people. Like, that's the most important thing.
As long as you're not hurting people or hurting yourself, I think, you should live a life that's free. Free your soul, free your mind. And the majority of people don't live like that.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm more to that place where I don't worry about stuff anymore. I mean, I have like
I think that's why I love you.
I have a phrase that my Louise Hay phrase. I think I talked about it last episode, but I don't got time for that no more.
You know what?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I think that's why I made a mistake in my life, not really realizing how great you are. I realized when I was going through my religious phase, Natalie's always been like, I'm not sure about this. Because I've asked Natalie.
I believe in God, though.
I have never forced Natalie to go to church once with me. Remember? I've never forced you to go to church, ever. Like, I just told Natalie, you can go with me if you want. I could care less if you come. It's not a big deal to me. And what were people saying? Oh, a pastor's wife should go to church. And I'm like, well, I don't care if she goes to church or not.
See, that's these rules. Who
said
that? Who?
Well, I don't. How black people are all the time about the pastor's wife.
I know, but I'm just saying this is the way we live life. People tell us things, and then we take it. A pastor's wife is supposed to. Who said what a pastor's wife is supposed to do, and who she's supposed to be, and what she should look like, and how she should dress? That's why they gave Megan Good such a hard time.
Why?
Because of the rules that somebody made up, that you can't dress a certain way because she was married to a pastor.
She was?
Yeah.
Originally before she divorced and married this new guy?
Yeah,
Jonathan?
She's not married now.
Oh,
she didn't marry Jonathan Majors yet. But yeah, her previous husband was a pastor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they gave her such a hard time at the church.
Like a freak.
Because she didn't dress like a freak. She dressed the way she chose to dress.
I think you should be able
to... people have been... we've been told that you have to dress a certain way. You can't wear pants to church. Who said?
I think you can wear anything you want to church. Why does it matter?
But that's these rules that we live by. That people make up.
I think people make up their own crap. There's nothing that says...
That's why there's so many religions, right?
It's terrible.
Because you got the one book, and everybody got their own little interpretation of two or three things here, this here, that here, and this is totally off topic. We got to roll it back.
I know we're almost done.
But that's what happens though, and then you got to follow the rules because you're afraid.
But it's still fear,
right? Because you're afraid of not being okay with the group.
Yeah,
right. You're afraid.
I don't know, man. I think I would love to go to church when I go in there and I just see women in tight ass dresses.
But that's part of that judgment. Like if you look at everyone as God's child and as someone who's on their own journey and their own path, then you wouldn't really be looking at what they're wearing, right? True. If you're focusing on the right things, those things don't matter.
Yeah.
But people get caught up and you got to wear a dress to church. You got to cover yourself. You can't do this. You can't. All these rules.
This would be a great topic in itself. This would be a great. We should invite some church people.
But we don't question
to come talk to us. Why do you dress?
We don't question
to go to church, like with your hats. What's the purpose in dressing?
Because there's a Bible verse somewhere about covering your head. There's somewhere about, but not everybody agrees the same thing.
I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, what does all of this really mean? Like us living here on Earth in the middle of the galaxy, in the middle of the solar system, in the middle of the universe, in the middle of nothing. If you look at the universe, we're nothing, right? We're literally. So what is this? What are we really doing?
I don't know.
I
don't know. I'm still trying to figure out where I find my happiness. But for now, I'm just focusing on not being fearful. And every time I want to be fearful, I remember false evidence appearing real. And I just move forward.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. That was good. We could have talked much longer. I like that. That was a good topic. We should try to invite some people and talk about that church stuff.
Man, I ain't talking about no church stuff, man. I'll leave that to you. I ain't got time to be arguing with church folks.
Why do you dress up and look crazy? But yeah.
They don't look crazy. Everybody got their own. But the thing is, here's the thing. Okay, then I'm going to really stop.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Fine. Even if that's how they want to be, that's fine. And nothing's okay. Nothing's wrong with that. But you just don't want to be telling everybody else what they need to be and judging them for not.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. That's the problem. It's not the problem is not that that's the rule of that place or whatever. But it's for you when you judge somebody else because they come in the door and they're not dressed how you think they should be dressed. That now there's something wrong with them.
Yeah,
no. There's nothing wrong with them. They're a human being, right? What if at that moment they woke up, they all their clothes was dirty but a pair of pants? So you'd rather them not come to church, or would you rather them come to church?
Facts.
because they love God and they want to be around others who also love God, right? And that's the problem.
You should be a pastor. You'd be good.
No, definitely not. I don't like to follow rules.
No. In this church, we're following no rules. Amen.
All right, see you.
Yeah. Join us on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio. What's the other one?
Doesn't matter, all of them. Just if you like the show, like and subscribe, and wherever it is that you listen to us, and share, let others know. And we appreciate you guys for listening.
All right, take care. Bye. Come on, man. You can't.